kita pilih game capture. Nah, misalnya di sini gua game capture, gua mau masukin Apex Legend. Di sini kalian pilih capture specific window, kemudian windownya kalian cari Apex di sini. Nah, maka Apexnya akan keluar seperti ini, berikut juga sama suara-suaranya. Atau misalnya kalian mau buat video tutorial, maka Apexnya akan maksudnya kalian tuh full layar ini ke dalam OBS seperti itu. Kemudian selanjutnya kalian bisa pilih game capture. Nah, misalnya di sini gua game capture, gua mau masukin Apex Legend. Di sini kalian pilih capture specific window, kemudian windownya kalian cari Apex di sini. Nah, maka Apexnya akan keluar seperti ini, berikut juga sama suara-suaranya. Atau misalnya kalian mau buat video tutorial untuk Lightroom misalnya, kalian bisa pilih di sini window capture, kemudian kalian ganti windownya dengan Lightroom aplikasinya. Seperti itu, kalian pilih OK dan jangan lupa dinyalain. Ini untuk nyalain hidden dan untuk reveal, hidden dan reveal. Fungsinya di sini. Nah, nanti kalian langsung bisa lihat bahwa kanvas kalian sudah terisi dengan Lightroom. Nah, ini bisa digeser seperti ini, atau dikecilin, atau digedein. Tapi kalau kalian salah, kalian bisa pilih di sini transform, kemudian kalian pilih reset transform dan balik lagi. Kalau nggak mau digeser lagi dan posisinya udah pas, kalian bisa lock. Selanjutnya, gue mau nambahin yang namanya webcam. Di sini kalian bisa pilih create new. Kemudian kalian bisa lihat di sini, halo, C992, C922 Pro Stream Webcam. Ini adalah punyanya Logitech. Dan kalian bisa setting juga di sini resolusinya seperti apa. Gue biasanya pilih custom karena gue nggak make ini full screen. Jadi resolusinya gue kecilin aja 640 360, maka akan keluar seperti ini. FPS-nya benar, match output FPS. Video formatnya ini, color space-nya kita ganti 709 agar lebih white gamutnya. Kemudian color range-nya kita ganti full.
My thanks.
Let us fight!
Behold!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh boy!
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Heal us.
back to form. Eat my wake.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Illusion!
Oh, bounty. Oops.
Dire's tower is under attack.
Come on, sprites!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
When is the good do die young?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
A prize!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As X locks the spot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's do this!
Stay near! Wait, creatures! Greetings! Silence!
Immortality.
There's silence. Greetings.
Gold for my chest.
Silence. Greetings. Behold. Silence. Here I am. Regeneration. Here I am. Silence.
Back so
Dire structures are fortified.
bounty.
Be silent. Silence. Greetings.
Got it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Puck out. Greetings. Silence. Behold. Here I am. Silence. Behold. Silence. Silence. Here I am. Silence. Here I am. Silence. Silence. Greetings.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Behold. Silence. Here I am. Silence. Summer night.
Radiant's courier has been slain. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Blessings. The hidden ones have blessed me.
Silence. Here I am. Silence. Silence.
Bye.
Greetings.
What have we here?
Be silent. Silence. Silence. Here I am.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got it.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Hold.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is
Regeneration.
Double damage!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roll for my chest.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks have fallen.
Nature attend us. Oh, stop it!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
Storm Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
In the spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team hit.
Sky Wrath Mage.
Ten seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team hit.
Sound warlord.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
I was going to mention the Venno, which can be okay into the troll, could have some difficulties later on with BKBs, but I got a Visage picked up from Team.
Yeah, I think they needed something that was going to be able to push. It was banned. Visit. Rely on either, like, you know, potentially that shapeshift. You just always have the potential to be able to convert one of these global pickoffs from the Storm Spirit or the Spectre into an objective. So yeah, I quite like the pick.
You like it enough to give them the edge here in this game too, though?
I think if he's able to get out of the laning stage well enough, like, this is one of those games where he needs the Aghanim himself, because you can't be getting focused down early on. You can't be the main target for something like the Ember Spirit to initiate the fight on to. You need to be using the Silent as the Grave to be able to get in onto the back lines, find that Wyvern, because in my opinion, that's what's going to enable you to start off these team fights very well. You know, finding the Winter Wyvern, bursting him down, even just finding the Skywrath Mage opens up Storm Spirit's game so much more.
I believe in the 1-8 Spectre. I think that they really value this hero in China, and especially ASTER in particular. We've seen success on it so far through the major. My concern is that Ori could have a very difficult time into the Ember Sky throughout the mid game. I think they do have ways to be able to blow him up, so I'm going to be intrigued to see how Ori looks to itemize this game. But I like ASTER's lineup to be able to go later. I really believe in the Spectre to be able to kind of carry them over, and if Ori has a decent amount of net worth, then he too will be able to have a lot of impact later on.
It's all going to be on the back of the lanes though. Mid lane pretty skill based. Both Spirit heroes not having the greatest time in recent history, but certainly it's top lane that I'm going to be looking at the most. Honestly, Spirit should be getting the better end of this laning phase. It's just a question of, can you hold off this Visage long enough before it starts to have that real impact, and even just a few of these team movements once the level 6, level 7s start to come out on Storm Spirit and Spectre.
Yeah, it definitely feels like both the side lanes Spirit have that advantage. I'm a little bit unsure about bottom though, just because maybe Radiant with their sustain, if they have the small camp open, they can just play with 1-8 CSing under tower.
Have we been able to... What just happened there? Was there a... I swear there was an observer ward or something. Or a sentry ward inside the Storm Spirit small camp, but it's gone now.
I don't know, you're seeing things. I don't know what the heck's going on.
I saw that. Yeah, maybe I am seeing things. We have been up for a long time. It's 10 a.m. here. We've gone through the night. But anyway, game starts. I don't want to make a prediction. Last game was just so close.
No, what? This is not how this works. I made one. You got to make one. No, sir. Just make a prediction. What the hell?
I think chat's going to have a good time.
Oh, you're actually so boring. My lord. Alright, we'll see. Top lane.
See what I have to deal with, chat?
Oh, shut up. Meanwhile, your power is level 1. It's... Okay, I was going to say a little bit of damage there, but the potion will hold them back. No way that toss into Soul Assumption might be enough, but is able to step into the tree line. As long as they can offset this early kind of push from ASTER, then they should be fine once they get their levels.
I mean, I think level 2 for ASTER is pretty damn strong too, though, right? Like, having that Grave Shield to enable the chase down, having the Avalanche Toss combination, that's really the key damage output that you've got early on. See who's going to land theirs first. It looks like it's Team Spirit, slightly on the better end of it, but of course Boschka has to be very careful about leaving the lane for too long. They know he's out there, trying to smash down one of these creeps as quickly as possible. Is that last creep going to be enough to bring them level 2? I think it might. They need to get the creep fast enough though. Yeah. That could have been the difference. I mean, just a couple of right clicks into that and Yatra probably dies.
He's taking a bunch of damage, and we're going to be able to find our first blood. Mira secures it. Beautifully done in combination with Collapse. We saw just before that Mira was forced to TP back to the tower with the pressure that 1-8 PGL was putting on through the Skyth Mage, but he's able to reset and go back in to help get first blood.
Boschka's even able to get a little bit of a pull off here. Baboka accidentally pulling the creep wave a little bit too far underneath the tower, which means it's going to start pushing back in favor of Team Spirit. Absolutely not what you want. Now you want to make sure that you're making the most out of this level 2 timing that they've got on ASTER. It seems like that's going to be the case.
Lane Collapse might be in a bit of trouble if they can keep the poison touch stacks moving over to the Razor. He's going to be able to steal a decent amount of damage, however, over against the Spectre. So 1-8's unable to continue pumping in the damage. So it's just going to be a trade of right clicks.
When you think of a Dazzle, though, you don't think of, okay, what carry is really going to enable that slow to convert into kills? It's not a Spectre, you know? Spectre is the definition of passive early game.
Mid lane for Ori is having quite a good time versus Toronto Tokyo, and this is a matchup that is like, I'd say like 55-45 now. Maybe some people would argue it was like 60-40 a while ago, but with the water runes, the Ember can really just out-sustain. I think maybe when it gets a bit difficult is if there's support rotations to help take away the runes, but you see Toronto Tokyo, he can even push back sometimes. Like Ori, the chains are up and Toronto Tokyo has gone for an early level, and we see the damage that it can dish out top lane. So Vittori's in trouble if the stick charge is not enough to keep him alive. As XXS, a second point into the Soul Assumption is enough to offer the burst.
A lot of the time you see people put like 2 points Grave Chill and just leave that Soul Assumption at 1, but clearly realizing, like I said, Yatoro, one of these heroes that, players that likes to be really aggressive with his laning style, constantly using the harass, the strengths of the Troll Warlord, and XXS realizing that the player he's up against, not just the hero, and then turning it right back around at him.
Collapse might be in a little bit of trouble if
XXS is as well up top.
And meanwhile, mid lane as well. We got kills across the board. XXS, can he get back under the safety of the tower? He's going to be okay, and that is gigantic for ASTER. They get a kill onto the Ember Spirit, and meanwhile, bottom lane as well. The action continues as Collapse is going to be able to deal with the support of the Dazzle, but Monet, he can turn this one back around now. And a free experience in solo gold given over to the Spectre. Monet.
Stage relatively unscathed. That's huge for ASTER.
Just looking to see what they're going to try and do with Ori now. Love to see his rotation start to be something they're considering, because he does have this level 6 to work with, so the way to really help out with that is going to be that power room. Sure. Is he going to come contest this, or does he feel like he needs to play the lane with the Spectre? The towers, so the creeps are under the tower, so Monet might be okay.
Bobika's the one moving. I mean, he's going to be able to secure not only the power room, but also the bounty for his team. You know, just scouting out if there's any stacks that are starting to be built up for either the Troll Warlord, who we know is going for the Battle Fury, or if it's going to be... Well, it ends up being bot anyway on that power room, so Bobika could go back, circle back, pick up the bounty for himself, and really feels like Ori has that time to be able to turn around and perhaps make a play up towards this top side once Tiny reconnects there.
We're gonna have to be... Ori needs to shove the lane.
So he can. Now he can move.
Not worried about your tower taking too much damage. Or he could also just consider about his own farm. With the minute mark coming up shortly, if he wants to go make a stack of the hard camp, he's going to deal with the small instead and instead of going back to the lane. But overall, I really was not expecting ASTER to at least come out of the lanes like they are at the moment.
Yeah, and maybe he's just delaying his movement until XXS hits up onto that level 6, so it's not just a movement to be able to kill a core, you know, and slow him down in that way. Also just to free up a little bit more space on the map.
Mr. Gonad, I think 1-8's going Midas. I think. I don't know what else this Glover Haste is going to be for.
No, I hope not.
Oh, what, you want to armlet Spectre?
Yeah, let's do it.
Glove? I don't know.
I mean, we saw Hector performing earlier today, and he was one of the real innovators behind just the casual glove.
Yeah, there
nice
we
with
go.
that.
Midas queued up.
There we go. Top side.
Off lane, the rotation coming out with the Arcane Rune, tossed back in the damage. Vitor, he's not going to be long for this world. The Cold Embrace is only going to annoy ASTER that much more to want to try and find a secondary kill. And Ori's going to go for it. No Blue Scarf, there's nothing he can do. No Arctic Burn to be able to fly in the tree line. And this is the importance of securing power runes. Ori with the Arcane gets a double kill. That's with XXS having the familiars as well. So now this tower, I don't know if they can come back to this lane now.
I don't think they can either. It puts a little bit more importance on them trying to secure this bottom side of the map. You don't have a ton of mana left on the Storm Spirit, and he did use his TP to be able to get up there, so it's a bit of a benefit if Troll Warlord wants to rotate down towards the bottom side. He scouts out, sees that he's got a couple of stacks inside the triangle, but he's nowhere close to being able to take it just yet. Yep. ASTER just going from good to better with this stuff. Ori really looking to play that diving frontline role. He did it a little bit with a Pudge, but it was at the hindrance of his scaling. I don't think that's going to be the case this time around.
Oh no, without a doubt. Look how much farm he's getting. And now being able to free up top means Baboka can start to think about connecting to bottom. His collapse, he's going to be in some trouble here. The tower, if you get enough of a deterrent here, this Team Spirit, they're going to lose another core, and they've got big issues right now. When it's a lineup that the Razor is a bit more of a greedy offlane in the aspect where you're not really the playmaker. You kind of want this BKB, but you're a hero that thrives in the lane, and if you're unable to come out on top there, then all your map control is just on the back of Toronto Tokyo to make the space.
Never refuse gold given.
Or even getting to a state where you might be able to start invading into the enemy triangle if you take another tower, maybe around that 10-minute mark. I could certainly see XXS maybe make a patrol through the jungle, see if there's any camps stacked up, and then look to come alongside with the siege creep at the 10-minute mark, just to try and take that away, open up possibilities for Ori to use those static remnants to clear out a lot of this farm acceleration that Toronto Tokyo is going to be looking to use. He might be trying to get one more stack. No. I think he wants to take it now. He understands that this might be his last chance to be able to. Oh, and sometimes you just get lucky. DD on the top side of the map for Ori. Having a great start.
See if they look to make the call. The catapult wave is coming out for ASTER on both sides. See if they're going to consider about bringing down this tower. Zip in. Are they going to have to damage to the control? Oh, he's like just into the remnant away, or he's going to continue to chase. He doesn't have too much mana. Collapse is waiting in anticipation. It's a big juicy kill for Collapse to be able to find.
A bit short on the Mystic Flare mana, unfortunately, from Mira. Toss back. Got 1 point into the Desolate. Oh, and the body blocks from Baboka. Nicely done. Two kills that happened that probably shouldn't have. Just if you had the a little bit better on the mechanical skills coming through there from Ori. A little bit surprising considering he is the Grandmaster on the Storm Spirit, but yeah, it wasn't perfectly layered together onto the Ember to be able to secure that kill. Very happy with all these kills going Baboka's way though. Oh, look at that, using the fountain regen.
Oh, look at oh, no. Excellent. You gotta finish the food, and Ori's able to do so. They have the catapult still as well. I wonder if XXS is going to consider about rotating over to mid, but working on the Wraith Pact, he wants to continue up with his farm.
Really does feel like kind of like the Vengeful Spirit off lane in the Ags build. No, he's coming. He wants to make sure that they absolutely secure this. Even just the Vladzor is going to do a world of good as Mira. I don't know if you can do that, my guy.
It kind of feels like they haven't played against a Storm in quite some time. A Storm that's had a good lane. Ori's 4-1 and 2. He's got plenty to be able to work with. Kai coming out on the Cory, I believe. Soul Ring as well. Fairy's Trinket. Like, this is a Storm Spirit that you've got some big issues with being able to deal with him and how he can control the map now.
Dire's middle tower
This is probably going to be one of the earliest pos for Blink Daggers that we've seen in quite some time. 4, 0, and 3 on Baboka, and it's not naked either. He's got the Tranquil Boots, he's got the full Magic Wand available for himself. Most of the time when Tinies make a rotation, you want to make, like, if he's taking a kill away from the Spectre, you're like, yeah, what are you doing? But it's just such an important timing that you honestly don't mind it, considering the kill wouldn't have happened without his rotation. I don't want to be dying though and giving that kill streak over to Collapse.
High Fight is really the only kill threat they have on Team Spirit is going to be the chains into the sky, and they have this potential now onto Ori. The Storm Spirit's going to step a little bit too far forward, but the chains control the damage. Oh, he's got to dodge the Arcane. With the Strength Treads. Toronto Tokyo, meanwhile, he's going to be in trouble. No, he ran it forward. Oh, Toronto Tokyo into the TP up, but both got the stuns all corner. No way. Toronto Tokyo gets a gigantic kill and lives to tell the tale.
Little bit of an assist coming there from Baboka. He ended up tossing back the Ember Spirit towards the Storm Spirit so that that Remnant didn't have quite as far to travel for him to be able to secure that kill. So a little bit of a yikes. Still though, ASTER having a good start to the game, but you can't be making too many of these mistakes against Spirit. You saw what happens if it gets to the late game.
It's not gonna help out if it's a blitz timing. does have PGL nearby as well. Astra actually want to take the fight. Monet's going to join the Horn forward, trying to deal with Mira. They will still lose Baboko, however, which is a streak given over. But Monet is able to do the dirty work. So we're 1 for 1, but this is favoring Spirit. Like, yes, Monet gets involved. You'll take whatever gold you can get, but your Toro is off on the other side, working towards the Battle Fury. At Toronto Tokyo is getting some farm as well.
Yep, Battle Fury's 350 gold away, not terrible. Obviously, you want around a 14 on limited timing.
I'm gonna say they're smoked up, but smoke's gonna pop and Ember will be alright.
You got the Wraith Pact on XXS. That's the most important thing. It's just such this huge timing to have to bump around. Even just holding onto the broom handle means he's so much more survivable. Good dive.
He's one forward, trying to deal with collapse for the moment. Oscar's going to be able to delay this slightly with the cold embrace. They have to get it to the mark to bring down collapse. The soul assumption's not enough, and now the rest of Spirit, considering about entering, hang on, Ori, he's going to zip all forward as well, but they don't have the Ember Spirit nearby to be able to prevent this from him escaping. And meanwhile, hang on, the Ember's in trouble. A couple familiar stuns is enough to hold him back for the moment. Mira doesn't have the control, though, to keep the Storm inside the Mystic Flare. So Ori is safe and sound.
I think if you're going to play this Storm Spirit, honestly, even with one of those steroids that you were talking about, Pugna, Coddle, Io, you got to play it with the Soul Ring these days. It's just so impactful, the amount of deceptive zipping that you're able to do, I guess you could call it. Where you're just able to dive super deep, find that extra kill, even be able to use it for escapes, which you've seen all throughout today.
I was quite impressed with Ori's performance so far in the Storm. I mean, I feel like we have to kind of expect it though. He's Grandmaster, like you mentioned, but they have given time though for Yatoro to be able to get towards his Battle Fury. He's got it completed now. Be cautious, because this is an item where we could see him just start to make quick ways into that second item, and that's going to be the Sanjin Yashi queued up for Yatoro.
They know that they've got this high ground warded on next to Collapse here inside of the Dire jungle though, so it's an area that they know that they can avoid. A lot of supports actually keep track of how many wards should be out on the map at a certain stage. They're constantly checking inventories and seeing if just using like deductive reasoning. This isn't all about, you know, fast clicking zip zap boom bow like these position 1 and 2s. This is what's required to be a POS 5. It's not quite so glamorous, but it can provide you with a ton of information.
Call from Aster.
Provoke has got his link.
And they're really just at a stage where they want to force a fight. Like, Spirit are doing a good job, split pushing the side lanes, playing deep in their jungle where they have the vision advantage, and Astra daring them, saying, we're strong enough to fight, but do you feel like you can give this Roche away?
I feel like the first one, you're alright with it, right? Like, a Troll Warlord still needs to farm. He's not in fighting shape right now. You are behind on net worth. You're against a Spectre that can just join the fight at any stage. They haven't even needed to use the Arcane Rune for that either, so they're just going to keep the pressure going while they still have that rune at their disposal. Toronto Tokyo has to be careful about stepping out into this lane, though. Lockdown would need to be perfect.
No one's showing
Troll
top.
Warlord's actually the one. Look at this Observer Ward in the bot lane. No, they saw him in the lane.
Oh, Yatoro, not like this! He gets the LTR, but it will do nothing. Surround, control, and bring down Yatoro. He's having a good kind of string of minutes to be able to find his farm. Unfortunately, that will be put to an end. Third death of the game for the Carrion Spirit.
This is what those unorthodox wards do though, right? PGL able to lay that one down inside the bottom lane, even just this one to the north side of the Dire mid-tier 2 tower. Not a common spot to deward at this stage, which means that you're much more likely to be able to catch out some of these smokes.
There's a little bit split from the team. If they can get the kill fast before the rest of Aston show up, and instantly the Horn, along with the zip, is always going to look to deal with the backline. A quick and clean kill onto the Winter Wyvern, and now they'll chain this into another one as well. As Skyeth Mage goes down, along with the life on Collapse. As Aster, yes, you lose Baboka, but you see instantly they have the capability to show up and take that team fight.
Show up, take the team fight, and now you can push as well. Top lane already going to be shoved in a little bit.
Given.
You have to resummon the familiars just to get that little bit of extra damage now that XXS is hit up onto that level 12. Probably going to force a glyph out of them right here. You just can't allow a Visage and his birds to freely hit your tower. More importantly, you're playing on Dire. You need to be playing around this jungle as much as possible, especially considering the Battle Fury build on Troll Warlord, but they're respecting the fact that Team Spirit didn't necessarily have to drop quite as many cooldowns to be able to take that last fight. Backing off without the glyph even being used.
And Aster still have decent resources as well to be able to stay out of the map. I mean, Ori was able to find a regen rune, so he's still in fighting shape, looking to try and cut bottom. So now Spirit will not have a lot of the map to play with bottom kind of at an even stage. Aster, they can definitely consider about maybe beating onto a tower, or instead looking to take a fight and not provoke is in. A jump under the T2 tower. As Razor still without the BKB to protect himself, but he does have the push, can maybe to turn this around. The zipping from Ori is enough damage to get the kill, and now he's going to turn his attention over to the Winter Wyvern as well. And he's got a little bit of mana more to play with. The Grave's going to buy some time as well for Ori, but look at Aster just swarming behind the T2 tower. Provoke is even going to jump onto the high ground. They are making sure no one will
Full mana.
Zori's not done prediction. Zip on forward. All the many would ever desire is even going to go past the throne. As Ori, what a performance on the Storm Spirit.
Getting the buyback out of the sky as well. You could tell that Mira was just wanting to get that sneaky little Storm Spirit, thinking he can go 19 minutes into the game past the Ancients, but no. Still had plenty of mana to get right on out. And they were getting a Philosopher's Stone.
Hang on, Yutoro's about to run under the ward. They're gonna see him.
Haste!
Or he's got a haste, a little bit of mana to work with as well. Yutoro's close to a tier 1 tower. There are a couple TPs they can play with. But they're gonna come out.
Might lack the damage.
Mates need buy. It doesn't seem like they're lacking it for the moment. The ultimate hasn't been popped just yet. They canceled the TP. They won't have collapse to be able to help out. Meanwhile, XXS is dealing with the post as well, so they're taking the Wyvern out of the equation. Yutoro goes down. Aster straight away pivoting their attention towards the rest of Spirit under the tower. Getting the other components though. Oh, hang on, never mind.
For more Baboka.
But doesn't know how to stop. It's tossed back. Familiar stun. There's the first. The Haunt as well to give them all the vision they would ever desire to take this team fight under the T2 tower. Toronto, Tokyo. A chains will hold him back for the moment. He's going to be okay. Make it towards the high ground. Meanwhile, the post could curse off to the side. I'll do the dirty work. Mira goes down. Miposhka will join him in the afterlife as well. It's just Aster are everywhere across the map in this second game.
They're steamrolling over them, and even just with this this Visage as well, the coordination coming through from Aster there. I'm sure the calls going through the comms were Winter's Curse can still turn this around, spread out, and they made sure that they did. Even just XXS birds to perfection once he spotted the Winter Wyvern, making sure that they won't be hitting onto him when he tried to use that defensive curse to get a TP away.
I believe Baboka just saw Yutoro, so they know they're setting up for a defense. Just everyone doing the individual things right here from Aster.
In shape to join. His TP happen.
The jump tossing Yutoro into the middle. Can he get the ultimate off? He'll have that invulnerability for a little while, but he can't right-click anyone. Battle Trend's gonna send him further back to the base, but Ori, a zip into the middle. Meanwhile as well, Visage is in a little bit of trouble. He should be able to get the TP out back to base, but Meteor will not have the same fate. But it looks like Aster don't give a damn about giving away the Dazzle's life as Ori wants revenge, but he doesn't have the greatest mana pool to play with.
Eventually having to back off. That's always when you're really feeling yourself, right? When the only thing stopping you from getting more kills is
Baboka. Is he gonna go for this?
Oh, I think he might. All right, we've got a bit of a downtime. I'm gonna steal something from Sunspan and Cinder. Trivia time. What is the name of the Skywrath Mage Shard? You will never get this in a million years.
Okay, well, thanks. I love the confidence in me. I already guessed, so I don't know. What is it?
What did you say?
That's a global shot.
No, Shield of the Sire.
What? What? Oh.
When I say you're never gonna get it, it's for a good reason, brother.
Dude, I thought this shard was just something else.
Well, you learn something every day. That's a talent, dude. The global concussive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dude, I just did not
These
remember
2K casters, man, they get away with too much.
2K Immortal. Yeah, I know. That's okay. Oh, yeah. Dude, what does this shot even do? A little bit of bonus intelligence, a bonus armor. Not that we're going to see it this game at all. Down 9,000 gold. It's all Asters for the taking. But, Mr. Grenad, we did see what happened in game 1. In Spirit, somehow, do have this kind of talent to be able to find their way back into games. But this is looking like a really difficult hill to climb.
For sure. Right now, all that everyone seems to be prioritizing is kite. Kite around, make sure we don't get locked down with the searing chains, with the silence and the mystic flare, even the root. You know, you're going for a Lotus Orb on XXS. Obviously, that's going to provide him with the armor from the plate mail. He's actually already got it. Tiny's going for a Yule Scepter, so he's going to be able to get out of a lot and even just kite out the battle trance. Force Staff coming through from the Dazzle. Storm Spirit doesn't really need too much of it just because he's a freaking Storm Spirit. He's 100 gold away from the BKB. It's a crazy amount of stuff. Manta on the Spectre. No one's getting locked down. This is really all reliant on Miposhka to land like the perfect Winter's Curses.
It does have some heroes that go in front of him though and make that chaos. The Razor with the BKB, the Troll with almost BKB completed, Ember as well can be a bit of a nuisance as we do see that freshly completed Scepter into Toronto, Tokyo. So he's got some heroes to maybe make some chaos and have Aster break formation and clump up, but actually, okay, this is important. With the Glimmer Cape from Miposhka, at least you have one defensive item now as well versus the Spectre Horn. So this will protect him. To at least maybe get some abilities off. I mean, we've seen both the Cold Embrace. Oh, okay, there you go. Well,
There's that.
that's a great item.
I just want...
He's going to reveal himself with the plasma. Oh, beautiful touchback. Look at the synergy. An instant use of the familiars, but the Kurt's going to give some time to collapse to get the BKB along with the static link, but still Ori turns it around with the BKB. Meanwhile, with the backline, Monet is killed off one. They're going to look for a second as Maboka jumps in, cancelling the TP, and XXS will fly in with the damage required to get the second kill.
Feels to me like Spirit just want to take a fight once this Troll Warlord has the BKB. Very close to being able to pick it up, but will most likely have the Razor into the game as well. Unluckily for the Aster, obviously you don't want to be going too late again against Spirit, especially the Battle Fury Troll, but it's the longest possible Roshan respawn. I'm pretty sure it was 3 minutes on the dot. So Daddy Gaben, giving them a small chance. So what? You heard me.
What's the play going to be from Aster? Just continue to choke them?
Oh, well, what I was thinking, sorry, I'm going to take a Spirit perspective for a second here, is I wanted Toronto Tokyo to get his level 18 and then maybe he could go. But it just keeps feeling like, oh, maybe they just need this one extra item and then they could do something. Oh, just one more. Oh, just one more. He needs to create some chaos so that Wyvern's free to cast spells appropriately. It's 8 seconds left on the Winter's Curse. Miposhka still can be the one to turn this game around for him. Good curse previously, but I believe that the familiars were in stone form, so they didn't actually end up doing any damage. Everyone hitting that outpost, really wanting to get control over here. It's a buyback situation.
Back up to the wards. Rory's going to jump first. We're going to run into the Ember Spirit. Cold Embrace once again buying some time for the chain control. Toronto Tokyo will not get a BKB. All the remnant off, and now Spirit, they're going to get out. We cannot stick around to take the fight.
Well, you might have to.
It's gonna be... Oh, man, XXS! What's his micro? A double stun, looking for the resummon as well. Collapso, charging to the middle, trying to deal with the Dazzle. So they won't have this component. Meanwhile, the Ember Spirit, though, Toronto Tokyo just fought back. A remnant down to the low ground. He's going to be okay. Once again, the collapse. He's charging over to XXS, but they just don't have the way to stop him from getting the action shot. So visible, protected for the moment, but as soon as that expires, Yutoro with the BKB can charge on 4, but again, Toronto Tokyo, that's a dieback for the Ember Spirit. Or beyond Godlike, they're going to run into collapse as well, as Aster They collect the BKBs, they wait for them to expire, and they find an angle back in to find 2 members on Team Spirit.
And this is what happens when they go all in into this, like, hide around, push them around the team fight, make things difficult for them. It's just so hard to find a single person to lock down. Right? Even though Picho hasn't been able to finish up that 4-star, it eventually was a case where Razor's just trying to go onto him. And Razor has no way to stop him from just shallow grave TPing away. Same sort of thing with the Visage, right? Got the Aghanim shards, so he is able to protect himself. Could have perhaps got the low storm off or the Drum of Endurance before he ended up dying, but anyone going to take that Aegis?
They're looking for a kill on Yatoro instead, and there's nothing he can do. He'll pop a rampage, but Ori's coming down with the TPs. Multiple people are coming down with the TPs. With the BKB on cooldown, there's going to be no escape for the carry on Team Spirit. Have they still left the Aegis? They have. All right. Spectre's going to TP back. Yeah, but it's like,
he saw Picho walking towards her. He's like, get the hell out.
They're bodyguarding it. Yeah, we're both going along with Picho. They're like, yeah, no, don't worry. We'll protect it. We'll make sure we won't take this.
I would have absolutely taken that if that was my game. I'd be like, bro, they would have taken it.
Ah, yes. Oh. It's not like they have this capability like they had last game with a potential toss back on the siege to put them into a compromised position. I guess maybe the one thing is that ASTER do not see Tiger relatively well. Like, Spectre is not an Aegis carrier that you would, like the Terrorblade or Medusa, just to name a few, that can lead up the higher gun and do a lot of damage into the objective. So maybe that is one thing that Spirit can look to play with.
What do you mean? They've got Baboka, the Pos 4 Tiny, just whacking these towers with his giant sword. XXS has gone for much more of the damage style of it. Didn't actually go the level 15 talent for the Familiars, going the armor corruption. So yeah, it is going to be a little bit more difficult for Tokyo. Oh, Baboka's going to find him again.
Oh my lord.
It's got to that stage where you just can't go out for more than one lane.
They didn't run into collapse though. I don't think he's got the health to be able to TP out afterwards. Or a collapse. There's a beyond godlike streak over to Mr. Ori. 16-2 and 7 on the Storm Spirit. My oh my, he's having such an incredible game on a hero that we do not see often.
And they're going to try and force a little bit more out of them here. At least the glyph, maybe even a buyback for the Razor. Of course, on the back of the Visage. Doesn't quite have the AC just yet, so the siege is going to be a little bit slower.
Just gotta be careful about showing. Ori's not gonna... He'll take any free food you can get. This Sky not respecting the Storm Spirit.
Got a Dazzle as well that's just able to keep this these creeps healed up. I mean,
Baboka's gonna be in.
Alive.
A toss back. They need to keep him alive, but the chain control again is perfect. Oh no, they've done it time and time again. Just they play so goddamn well around this tiny man. The amount of times the toss back onto the Familiars for that chain control, or to Ori with the Vortex, it's been beautiful. We might see it for another time. Ronto Tokyo get the BKB off this time to protect him, but instead Ori, he wants to deal with the supports. The Ghost Scepter finds some valuable seconds for Mira, but Ori will just turn for the Wyvern instead. What a masterclass performance from someone you would expect. Ori, a well-known player throughout the entire world. We haven't seen him on the main stage for quite some time, but what a treat it is to watch him on the Storm Spirit.
He's playing like this. Yeah, he's just trying to get every little thing. Squeeze stuff out of the map. Not quite yet level 18. Worst best he's going to get here is the Aegis reclaimed, but
he might not get it.
Really
he just got it. There's no way he makes it out, right?
No.
Mira's coming down. Why not join the party? Chain feed Mira is done. Oh, they have the shot to
the Jukes collapse. No way.
What? No, stay in the tree line. I said no chance. Okay, they're gonna find it.
Where's the field? You revealed your position.
Hey, they were gonna find
you did everything perfect. No, he was fine, dude.
Okay, yep, 100%. He was gonna make it up. Oh god. 1% Denog.
Yeah, that's
They can do it.
optimistic, David.
Core is under attack.
I know, I've seen a 0% comeback recently, so yeah, no one's out of it. Okay. Gonna wait for the vortex to expire. Perfect use of the chain control, and a BKB is a win in itself. And meanwhile, Monet coming is Spectre. Oh, sword, he kills it at the fountain. They might be up against the Boca, but when the barracks are falling, they are getting so much more
They've
out
done
of
it,
Aster.
They've killed the tiny.
Let's go. The victory. Come on, what the... It's staying 1%. That's okay. We got the kill. Poshka did.
Where's
Let's
the
go.
old chat?
What? He's...
Oz 4 diff.
Plus 4 difference. Oh god. What are your thoughts on the Spectre hero?
God.
Oh, what are we? Oh my god.
This is a regen top of Storm Spirit. I was expecting the lane to go a lot better for Team Spirit, to be honest. The Razor plus Skywrath lane, like that is a kill lane, and Spectre should be able to just sit back and really farm. They got a kill or two onto the Dazzle, but that's not enough. You needed to make sure that you could shut down this hero a lot more than you did.
Yeah, I really wonder if we're gonna see the rise of Spectre in some of the other teams as well, with the meta that we have on these kind of backline saving supports. Why than long as it been down the bottom as Yutori's gone. Out of the count, 85 seconds without a buyback, and Spirit, they're gonna have to tuck the tail and get back inside the base to make sure they don't bleed another kill.
Lap's just trying to get a little bit of extra survivability, allow the Eye of the Storm to go for a little bit longer before Boca knows. Oh.
Wait. I thought he jigged out of the low ground, didn't see him. They have a bash, or do they have the damage? They do not have a bash onto Monet just yet, but go for the GG push, get the throne down. Boy's gonna start with that one first. Team Spirit not gonna tap out. Jory's gonna look to put them into a position where they are forced to plenty of magic damage, and Aura's inside the fountain. You don't have minutes to play with, and he's gonna expire off time, dude. There we go. The G's had dropped. Aster, they dropped game one. It was an incredible comeback from Team Spirit, but in the end, and though we will see Aster come out on top. So
bahasa di video kali ini ada sebuah rahasia nih. Kalau kalian anak IPA pasti pernah. Tapi ketika kalian ingin mengambil sebuah titik, kalian tidak memiliki GPS. Sementara itu adalah untuk penelitian kalian. Nah, kalian bisa gunakan tanpa menggunakan GPS. Di video kali ini saya akan memberikan cara bagaimana cara mengambil titik tanpa menggunakan GPS, yaitu hanya dengan menggunakan GPS esensial yang tersedia di Google Play Store. Tidak hanya itu teman-teman, tapi kalian bisa memindahkan titik yang kalian ambil tadi. Kan tinggal konsep yang kalian ambil tadi, kalian bisa pindahkan ke aplikasi pemutaran seperti misalnya aplikasi Arlington. Ya, kalian bisa masuk ke situ. Bagaimana caranya? Silahkan tonton video ini sampai habis.
Memiliki aplikasi GPS esensial itu kalian tinggal pergi di Play Store, kalian tinggal klikkan namanya di sini GPS esensial. Nah, setelah itu akan terbuka seperti ini teman-teman, dan kalian tinggal klikkan namanya di sini. GPS esensial. Nah, setelah itu akan terbuka seperti ini teman-teman, dan kalian tinggal install saja. Karena saya sudah memiliki GPS esensial, saya tinggal membukanya. Setelah kita buka, maka akan tampil tampilan yang seperti ini, dan kalian tinggal klik saja waypoint. Setelah waypoint, kalian tentukan di mana lokasi kalian berada. Caranya cukup gampang, kalian tinggal ambil titik saja, tinggal klik tambah. Misalnya saya sekarang kan sedang berada di BTN Kendari Permai. Di lokasinya adalah di Kota Kendari. Saya tinggal tambahkan di sini, klik tambah. Setelah kita klik tambah, kita pilih gambar yang mewakili lokasi kita. di mana lokasi kalian berada. Caranya cukup gampang, kalian tinggal ambil titik saja. Tinggal klik tambah. Misalnya saya sekarang kan sedang berada di BTN Kendari Permai. Di lokasinya adalah di Kota Kendari. Saya tinggal tambahkan di sini, klik tambah. Setelah kita klik tambah, kita pilih gambar yang mewakili lokasi kita. Dan saya pilihnya yang warna hijau ini. Kemudian saya berikan nama BTN saja, BTN. Kemudian kalau kalian ingin mendeskripsikannya, silakan klik di deskripsi ini. Kalau tidak juga silakan langsung klik create saja. Nah, ini akan tampil titik di mana kalian berada dan kalian ingin memetakan titik tersebut. Nah, caranya bagaimana? Kalian ubah file atau formatnya dalam bentuk KML. KML itu yang bisa dibaca Google Earth. Kalian tinggal klik di sini saja, kalian klik paling atas, sudut kanan atas, dan kalian klik ekspor. Setelah klik ekspor itu pastikan format ini titik kalian dalam bentuk KML atau KML atau Google Earth. Dan kalian pilih lokasi penyimpanan yang kalian inginkan. Kalian tinggal klik saja bagian atas ini yang berbentuk seperti kartu tapi kayak saya sudah memastikan lokasi tempat penyimpanan saya tinggal klik oke saja. Oke, dan KML kalian telah tersimpan. Setelah tersimpan, kalian tinggal sambungkan ponsel kalian di laptop kalian.
Setelah ponsel kalian telah tersambung dengan PC kalian, maka kalian buka ini file dokumen dan cari ini di HP kalian. Cari di HP kalian lokasi penyimpanan file yang format KML tadi. Saya simpannya di sini. Oke, DCM lah ya. Oke, BTN dan kita cut, pindahkan ke file komputer kalian. Nah, saya simpannya di sini. Saya coba simpan di sini ya. Paste. Oke, setelah menyimpannya, kemudian kalian buka harddisk kalian. Buka harddisk. Buka. Dan ini. Kalian klik tombol Art Toolbox. Nah, setelah itu tunggu beberapa saat. Ini akan terbuka, maka kalian klik selanjutnya adalah Conversion Tools. Setelah itu from KML. Artinya dari KML. Ini KML KML to layer, dari KML, format KML ke layer ArcGIS maksudnya, layer ARMF maksudnya. Oke, setelah itu kalian cari di mana lokasi kalian simpan di file komputer. Ini cari, dan saya simpannya tadi di APOS ya, btn, klik open, dan ini output location. Output location itu menunjukkan di mana kalian akan meletakkan file keluaran KML tadi. Oke, setelah itu kalian coba klik OK saja. Oke. Tunggu sebentar. Nah, ini muncul. Ini adalah file KML tadi yang kalian telah masukkan ke dalam layer kalian. Untuk mengubahnya menjadikan save file, maka kalian tinggal klik kanan ya. Kemudian data, export data. The data frame kalian simpan di lokasi ya terserah kalian mau simpan di mana. Saya simpannya di sini. Misalnya saya tulis titik. Kemudian saya save dan klik OK. Maka dia akan berubah menjadi SHP seperti ini teman-teman. Oke, berubah kan? Ini kita hapus saja. Untuk melihat apakah ini betul, apakah ini betul titiknya di lokasinya di Kendari, maka kita cari SHP Kendari. Saya cari SHP Kendari dulu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nah, sekarang di statistik model APIP, sekarang kita bicara tentang baca sertifikat. Babnya itu mencari tanah yang telah hilang. Nah, misal bapakmu PNS atau siapa, dulu pernah dikasih hibah sertifikat, ya. Terus sekarang, taruhlah dia sudah rahimahullah, sudah almarhum. Kamu hanya dapat sertifikat tapi titik lokasinya nggak tahu di mana. Terus cara nyarinya gimana ini? Nah, cara nyarinya ini namanya nyari mandirinya ini gini. Lihat sertifikatnya. Terus yang paling penting ini nih. Nah, di kolom ini ada luasnya 138 meter berarti. Terus ada 5 nomor ini. 03275. Nah, ini nomor sertifikatnya ini yang paling penting ini. Dari sini kamu tahu bahwa tanahnya itu lokasinya di Patemon. Lokasi di Patemon, Dusun Jaten, ini RT 2 RW 2. Daerahnya Semarang ini. Kota Semarang. Nah, terus nyarinya gimana? Nyari titiknya. Cara nyarinya gini nih. Tinggal masukin ini. Nomor ini 03275 lewat aplikasi Sentuh. Nih gini nih. Kalau ini bentuknya ini, oh bentuk sertifikatnya kayak gini, bentuk tanahnya berarti. Nih caranya gini. Buka aplikasi Sentuh. Nah ini Sentuh, klik. Kalau belum punya download aja itu di Play Store banyak. Lalu klik lokasi bidang tanah. Nah ini kantor, pilih Semarang. Anakku nangis. Pelan-pelan aja. Perkantoran kota Semarang. Terus desanya tadi Patemon. Masukin Patemon. Nah Patemon. Jenis haknya apa tadi? Hak milik. Terus nomor sertifikatnya berapa? Tadi nomor sertifikatnya berapa itu tadi? Kalau lupa lihat lagi. Pelan aja pelan. Nah ini. Nomornya 03275. Masukin di sini. 03275. Oke. Setelah itu klik proses. Nah, ketemu ini. Oh, ternyata lokasinya di sini, titik lokasinya. Oke. Ini nih. Nah, ini kalau mau besarin ini titik lokasinya. Nah, terus kalau mau nyari ancer-ancernya, tinggal dikecilin kayak gini. Oh, ini Jalan Jaten. Ada musola Mufsida, terus mana lagi ancer-ancernya? Oh, ini dari Jalan Jatisari ke sana 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 terus. Terus ini oh ini ancer-ancernya, ini jalan rayanya, ini jalan Bidan Kusbiono Condrowijoyo terus sampai sini. Ancernya lagi mana? Oh, ini ada kampus UNES. Ke bawah berarti ke selatan, kampus UNES ke selatan terus ke lewat Patemon terus mana? Oh, ini wah ini sampai lokasi ke jalan. Nah, ini ternyata lokasinya di sini, lokasi tanah Bapane Kulo. Terus caranya gimana itu? Biar kamu bisa dapat titik ini sambil lihat HP kayak kamu ngikuti Gmap. Caranya gini, kamu lihat ancer-ancernya. Nah, udah kan? Ancerannya di sini, Patemon, sini terus. Setelah itu di back ini udah. Setelah udah tahu lokasinya di back. Ini Jalan Jaten ke sana udah. UNES-nya juga udah tahu. Terus di back, ini back lagi. Jangan lupa tadi di screenshot dulu ya. Nah, masuknya kan tadi ini lokasi jalan tanah. Kalau mau menelusuri, caranya di lokasi bidangnya mana. Kasih titik juga. Tadi kan daerah Patemon itu. Misalnya kamu sekarang Tegal. Tadi Patemon, Semarang, ancer-ancernya UNES. Cari. Hilang kan, munculin lagi nih. Tik. Nah, hilangin lagi. Tik. Nah, tadi yang mana? Tadi yang ini nih. Ya kan, yang ini kan bentuknya sama persis. Kasih titik sekalian udah ini, dikotakin nggak apa-apa. Kasih titik sembarang aja udah kayak gini. Ini sekalian kalau mau ngukur ukurannya juga bisa. Ini kasih titik, ini pas titiknya pasin, terus biru-birunya diklik tik. Nah, terus ini titikin lagi tik. Nah, terus ini titikin lagi tik. Nah, oh ternyata ukurannya 16 kali 9 kurang lebih. Udah ini. Nah, lihat dari sini kelihatan ini arahnya. Yang biru itu arah kamu. Minta bantuanku bisa tapi bayar. Gelem ora gelem aku bayar. Ora gelemnya wes. Oke. Titik lokasi tanah yang hilang. Sekian materi dari statistik model APIP hari ini. Akhir kata, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Halo teman-teman semua, warisan tetapi tidak tahu di mana letak dari sertifikat ini yang masing-masing beda lokasi. Dalam pencarian letak dari suatu bidang tanah adalah nomor dari sertifikat, kemudian SHM-nya, apakah sertifikat hak milik, hak guna, atau lain sebagainya, kemudian kode kabupaten, kode kecamatan, sama desanya. Hanya ini yang terpenting untuk mengeceknya. Sebelum saya lanjut, mohon bantuan untuk klik subscribe agar channel ini terus berkembang. Pertama-tama kita buka dulu Play Store, kemudian kita cari aplikasi di Google Play. Aplikasi Sentuh Tanahku. Kita ketik di sini Sentuh Tanahku. Kemudian kita enter. Setelah ketemu, kita install aplikasi ini. terima. Ini proses pendownloadannya sudah jalan. Kita tunggu sampai selesai download. Dan setelah selesai download, kita buka aplikasi ini. Inilah tampilan dari aplikasi. Sentuh tanahku. Bapak Ibu perlu daftar akun terlebih dahulu. Kemudian kalau sudah punya akun, akun, Bapak Ibu langsung masuk ke sini. Coba kita daftar akun terlebih dahulu. Ini kita perlu isi username. Silakan Bapak Ibu isi sesuai dengan username yang Bapak Ibu inginkan. Kemudian ini emailnya, passwordnya, konfirmasi password. Kalau sudah semua, klik kirim. Nanti Bapak Ibu akan mendapatkan notifikasi di emailnya Bapak Ibu. Setelah selesai daftar, kita masuk lagi ke sini. Masukkan username dan password dari Bapak Ibu. Kita coba masuk. Passwordnya, kemudian ini baru kita masuk username-nya, kemudian kita masukkan passwordnya, klik masuk. Inilah tampilan dari aplikasi Sentuh Tanahku. Di sini ada info berkas, info sertifikat, kemudian info layanan, scan QR, plot bidang tanah, sama lokasi bidang tanah. Untuk mengecek lokasi bidang tanah, kita cek di sini, di lokasi bidang tanahnya. Kemudian, untuk ini, info berkas, info sertifikat, dan info yang lain-lain ini nanti akan saya bahas atau saya jelaskan di video saya selanjutnya. Jadi tolong bantu subscribe, like, dan komen agar channel ini terus berkembang. Dan aktifkan tombol lonceng agar dapat update-update video terbaru dari saya. Oke, lanjut kita masuk ke lokasi bidang tanah. Kita klik aja di sini. Dan inilah dalamnya dia. Di info bidang tanah yang perlu diisi yaitu kantor wilayah. Kelihatan langsung. Di sini tertera ada beberapa jenis hak. Dan klik. Ada juga di sini contoh bangunan. Dilihat dari penampakan di peta ini, lokasi tanahnya masih sangat subur dan banyak ada pohon-pohon besar di sekitarnya. Ini kita coba nanti lokasi yang lagi satu, klik di sini. Inilah lokasi persis tanah dari yang kita cari. Ini dia lokasinya. Ini penampakan peta di sebelah lokasi tanahnya. Kita coba perkecil untuk mencari tanda di seputar lokasi tanahnya. Kemudian kita coba geser-geser. Di sini tertera Pura Subak Setre Dagang. Ini dekat lokasi. Kemudian kita cari lagi. Ini ada Jalan Singaraja Gilimanuk. Ini jalan utamanya. Ini bisa dijadikan patokan. Kemudian ini Pantai Kalanganyar. Nanti Bapak Ibu bisa mencocokkan dengan data-data yang ada. Oke, selamat mencoba untuk sertifikat
Halo semua teman-teman, apa kabar? Berjumpa lagi dengan saya Sandi dari channel RKLab Sertifikat. Jadi ini di lembar pertama, ini saya bisa tunjukkan, ini ada sampul halaman pertama atau biasa disebut dengan sampul 0904. Nah ini nomor sertifikat. Oke, kita lanjut ke halaman berikutnya. Nah, di halaman berikutnya di sini kurang lebih sama ya, kurang lebih sama dengan sampulnya. Hanya saja lebih detail, lebih informasinya lebih banyak. Nah, kita lihat di sini sertifikat. Di sini ada tulisan hak. Hak sertifikat ini berada di yang berikutnya B. Ini ada NIB. NIB ini kependekan dari sebentar ya, nomor identifikasi bidang tanah. Nah, jadi sama seperti kita kita sebagai warga Indonesia, warga NKRI, kita punya nomor identifikasi 03690. Jadi kalau ditanya NIB-nya berapa, yang di sini nomor NIB-nya. Nah, di sini juga ada letak tanah jalan sekunder C. Nah, oke. Kemudian C, asal hak. Jadi sertifikat ini asalnya dari mana? Apakah dari dulu surat SKT, surat desa, diterbitkan jadi sertifikat, atau mungkin dari sertifikat induk yang gede 1 hektar kemudian dipecah jadi kaflingan. Nah, kebetulan sertifikat yang saya pegang ini adalah sertifikat dari hasil pemecahan tanah induk, sertifikat induk atau sertifikat yang gede, kemudian dipecah jadi kaflingan. Nah, di sini kita bisa lihat asal hak. Nah, nomor 3 kita baca di sini pemecahan bidang M01229. Nah,
Halo, selamat datang lagi di channel saya Mangsu. Kali ini dari bentuk GS ini Bapak Ibu bisa mengukur berapa sebenarnya panjang dan lebar tanah yang Bapak Ibu miliki. Alat yang diperlukan cukup ini segitiga bentuknya. Ini semua bisa diukur menggunakan
Iya.
Nggih. Kota Keri.
Kanggo.
Oke deh, kira anu mungkin kalau carane ukur nggih. Lagi main anu game main sanu kita juga anu. Jadi ate yang dhuwur anu.
Cukur wae kok.
Tak tarik ini iki. Ya. Tarik hitam toh.
Dek, sini, Dek.
Burhan, Akbar sini. Le silvero.
Pas gen urute anu lho. Mang paring anu main pas dengan ngeten, Pak. Sik. Niki lho beto niki lho main iso dedeg. Non.
Yang membahas simultan maupun ERDKK. Kali ini saya ingin mengulas bagaimana cara mengambil titik koordinat melalui Google Map. Oke teman-teman, jangan lupa klik subscribe, like, share, dan komentar di kolom komentar. Oke teman-teman, sebagaimana forum RDK bahwasanya teman-teman bisa langsung melalui Google Map dengan mencari titik koordinat lahan petani maupun lahan kelompok tani. Jadi teman-teman, dalam form input data terdapat isian titik koordinat lahan. Penulisan titik koordinat lahan ini menggunakan format decimal degree atau default. Pertama-tama kita buka tab baru di Google atau mesin pencarian, kemudian klik Google Maps, kemudian tekan cari. Jadi ini teman-teman yang paling atas
baris pertama Google Maps, kemudian kita klik. Oke teman-teman, ini tampilan Google Maps. Kemudian di lapisan ini kita bisa gunakan satelit. Ini tampilan satelit. Google Maps. Kemudian di lapisan ini kita bisa gunakan satelit. Ini tampilan satelit. Nah, untuk mencari titik koordinat lahan kelompok tani maupun lahan petani, kita tinggal mengetik kata kunci nama desa, semisal desa Tanete, kecamatan Simbang, Kabupaten Maros. Kemudian kita klik telusuri. Nah, ini teman-teman adalah peta desa Tanete pada Google Maps. Untuk memperbesar, kita bisa di sebelah kanan bawah tanda plus, kita bisa perbesar, kemudian kita bisa geser. Nah, kita perbesar lagi. Nah, ini teman-teman, jadi semisal teman-teman ingin mengetahui titik koordinat salah satu poktan, taruhlah saya mengambil lokasi poktan NIPA 2. Nah, ini saya sudah menandai titik koordinat sekretariatnya. Kemudian ini adalah hamparan lokasi lahan anggota poktannya. Nah, semisal ini kita klik, salah satu poktan, salah satu lokasi di poktan NIPA. Nah, ini teman-teman adalah titik koordinatnya. Sebagai contoh, saya klik salah satu lahan, kemudian saya telusuri. Nah, ini teman-teman yang di bawah adalah, ini ada dua model titik koordinat, yang di atas kemudian yang baris kedua yang di bawah. Dan untuk format decimal degree yang dimaksud adalah yang baris kedua ini. Kemudian kita blok, kemudian kita kontrol C pada tombol keyboard atau kita copy, kemudian teman-teman masuk ke Simultan. Teman-teman bisa pastekan di kolom titik koordinat lahan, kita klik Ctrl P atau paste. Nah, ini teman-teman bisa dipaste pada form input data perorangan maupun dipastekan di form data anggota melalui format Excel. Oke teman-teman, mudah-mudahan informasi ini bagaimana cara mendapatkan titik koordinat lahan dengan menggunakan mesin pencarian Google Maps. Semoga bermanfaat. Jangan lupa subscribe, like, dan share ke teman-teman admin yang lain. Salam pertanian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.